Click here. Right. Okay. So again, we have tonight Suke and Danjo. Danjo-san here as our co-pilot, facilitator, and we will hold this evening together. Usually, the way we are doing it is I'm starting out. I'm giving a little introduction, and then I'm guiding a meditation, and then Danjo-san will talk a little bit, and sometimes he also guides a meditation. So, and then there's a time for all of you or whoever wants to have a comment or question or whatever you would like to share with us. So today is a beautiful day in Santa Barbara, and I see in Miyoshi, Hiroshima, it's also beautiful. But it's also, I find today a little bit of a sad day, because when I read the Washington Post and the New York Times, that's my headline places, I found out that in America there are today over 100,000 people who died of COVID, which is a lot of people. And so I guess there is a little bit of a bittersweet feeling to the day. And I just want to acknowledge that, and I think us being all here together is a way to hold together our anxiety or our fear, and to support each other in going through this time with dignity, with presence, with courage and engagement, and with an open heart. Once a month, we are having what we call a solidarity and compassion meeting, which is on the second Wednesday every month. And that's a kind of a bigger meeting where we invite speakers. And today I talked with my my co-organizer, Alexis Slutsky, about our meeting. And we wanted to do it about, we wanted to invite a whole bunch of community leaders who are really interested in the wellness of the community. Like one is a Franciscan friar who has works for decades with youth, mainly Mexican and Middle and South American youth in Los Angeles. And so we want to invite different people and ask, how can we on this crossroad of our culture, really, our community, our American culture, our world culture, how can we go a path of togetherness and of caring, and kind of a we, where we take care of all of us together. And not just humans, also animals and creatures and the earth and the waters and the skies, and and all the forgotten people and animals, to take care of us all. And so this is also one part of what we are doing, to create a community, to encourage each other, and to so we can go through this time without crumbling, or without zoning out, or without getting too angry, or whatever we are experiencing. And so what I wanted to do today, and explain it a little bit, is a meditation that I learned from one of my teachers, Dan Brown. He's a man who's a psychologist, actually, at Harvard University. And since the 70s, he has studied with Tibetan teachers. and is one of the people who brought some of those practices to the West that are often quite secret and hidden, and make them accessible. And I guess I try to make his practices even more accessible. So in the West, when we talk about mindfulness, we usually talk about moment by moment, non-judgmental awareness, which really is so important because it helps us to be present, to calm the mind, so we can open the heart, and and to be with our feelings. May they be frustration or fear or worry um, or embarrassment or whatever we might be feeling, panic. So we can be with what's going on for us, but allow those feelings to pass through so that they don't all get stuck in us. Because if they get stuck in us, then we are not any good for anybody. Then we just are little heaps of worry, and then we are actually not that fit to help ourselves or others. So mindfulness, for me, I'm now, this year actually, it's my 40th year practicing mindfulness since I started in a monastery in Sri Lanka in 1980. And it just has become such a bedrock for me in my life, like such a cornerstone. So it helps me to do my work as a psychologist, psychotherapist, as a meditation teacher. I have 3 kids, and they're now young adults, but many of my kids' friends are actually coming in and out, and I'm kind of, sometimes taking care of them too. And in some ways, it's kind of a little bit like recharging my battery, or uh, plugging in my batteries so it connects to something bigger. And I think that is the other aspect of awareness. We can see awareness as a wearing, as a verb, or we can see awareness as a noun, which is, the field of awareness. And you might say this sounds all very hocus pocus and abstract. How can I ever experience this? And so I thought with the meditation today, I wanted to give you a little bit, maybe just a tiny little bit of an experience of that. And what we are doing in this meditation, and maybe I will first explain it a little bit, we'll really first collect our mind and come to a place of building up a little bit of concentration of all the feelings, or we call it the felt sense in the body, to really ground ourselves in our body. And I was just remembering that saying from some kind of meditation master who said, we collect our mind into the body, and then we settle our mind into the body, and we settle the body into our cushion or seat. So I thought that's very good. Usually our mind is all over the place, and our feelings and worries and all of this, but then we bring them back to our body. And then as we do this animal up there calms down, it settles down. And then we settle our body into our seat, our cushion, or wherever we are. And so we can become really grounded. And that place of feeling really grounded, at least for a little time during the day, is really helpful in a time of a lot of change or uncertainty or crisis. And so we learn to concentrate, to really notice. And as we notice every moment of our body sensation, we really, our mind calms down. It's like a lion tamer who tells the lion, sit, sit, and finally the lion walks back and forth and sits on a stool. You remember the circus? Lion sits on a stool, kind of, oh, okay, I'm sitting. And then the lion tamer knows, okay, that lion is settled. Now we can go to work. And then we notice our breath. We notice body and breath is a little bit more ephemeral. And we really can get more concentrated even if we don't just feel our body, but we feel the felt sense, the physical sensation of every instant of breath as it is changing during the cycle of breath. And it's not about controlling breath or making it a certain way as we might do in yoga, but just kind of being with breath. Actually, you might say being breath, letting breath breathe you. And then what we learn to even make this a little bit more concentrated, because the more concentrated we become, the more our mind can settle down. So then we learn to intensify our intention. So we look even more closely, like we would look if we wanted to drive in the fog. We look really closely at the street. And we know we can even do this for longer, this looking really closely through the fog when we are relaxed. When we are relaxed and alert at the same time. So we intensify our focus by looking really closely through the fog so we can see the street without getting tense. And then when our concentration is quite up, then we can ease off again. And in that sweet spot between intensifying and easing off, there we can kind of come to a place where our breath breathes us, which doesn't always happen, but sometimes it happens. So it's kind of like a sweet spot, kind of maximum kind of attentiveness, maximum alert, relaxed focus. Then we kind of come into a kind of a sense of flow state, you might call it a sense of flow state. And then what we do is we turn our gaze inward. We see what's going on inside, who's there. And that is really when we notice awareness as it's happening. We are really investigating what's inside of ourselves. And then, one moment. And then we kind of really get a sense of this awareness as we just really look kind of backwards onto ourselves. You don't have to remember all of this. I will guide you through this. I just wanted to give you a little, kind of, plan of Lotus Land, of a tour guide. And then allow yourself to just rest in. Oops, there must be somebody not muted. We will mute you. Okay, back to muting. So there must have been a cat. That was very sweet. So then we are feeling the sense of awareness, and awareness itself as a doing or as a noun, as a beingness, as a doingness and as a beingness. It's actually quite amazing. It's kind of unlimited and it's always there. It's always there. But it's kind of, you might say, hidden in clear sight. It's like space. It's like space, yet it also knows. And through this exercise, maybe you will get just the tiniest glimpse of this. And if you don't, that's okay too, then maybe next time. So then you just go along with the ride as long as you like to go. So I gave you just a little bit of an idea. You don't have to remember any of this. I just wanted to give you a roadmap because I thought that it's important to get just a little glimpse of awareness as mindfulness, moment by moment, and as something that's a priori there, the field of awareness, because this field of awareness can become a refuge, because it's quite spacious and it's really unlimited and it's still. And I find when I'm just in my morning meditation, have a little inkling, a little glimpse of this field of awareness, then I can come back to the details of the day without feeling too contracted or too worried or anything. You know, it's like it's the wide lens, and then I can come back to the focused lens. But let's just, you don't have to remember any of this. I just wanted to give you a little of a roadmap, and why I think in this time of anxiety and worry and changes in our world, I think it's so important to also know about this wider perspective so that we can bring it back to the more detail oriented perspective that is also there. So take a deep breath, or maybe 2 or 3 deep breaths. Make yourself comfortable. Let yourself settle into the sensations in your body. Notice the touch between your body and the chair, the ground. And let your mind settle into your body, and your body into the cushion or chair. Allow your back to be straight and strong. Symbolizing courage, and your chest open, symbolizing receptiveness, openness, vulnerability. Strong and open at the same time. And feel the whole felt sense of your body. Feel your body as a whole. And within this whole felt sense of your body, allow your eyes to soften. your jaw to relax, your shoulders to drop. And again, notice the whole sense of your body, of your posture, the way your body is sitting. And every single sensation within this body. Being aware of your whole body, the felt sense of your whole body. The felt sense of your whole posture. For a moment, you might even want to intensify your felt sense of the body, the whole body. Feeling it even more closely. Relaxed, yet very focused. Feeling the whole felt sense of your posture with great intensity. Whenever your mind gets distracted, bring your focus back gently to the whole felt sense of your body, the posture of your body. And from this posture, this whole felt sense of your body, notice the sensation of the in-breath arising and of the out-breath falling. Back into the felt sense of your posture. Feeling every instance of the in-breath And every instant of your out breath, falling back in the whole felt sense of body and posture. For the next breath to brush in. You might even intensify the focus on breath so that you feel every instant of the in-breath and every instant of the out-breath. Falling back into the whole body. Breath brushing back in. When your mind wanders, you get distracted. Like a steering wheel, bring your focus back to breath and body. Looking very closely, feeling every instance of your in-breath and every instant of your out-breath. The whole felt sense of the body. Breath brushing in ever so gently. Feel every instant of this whole cycle of breath and body and cycle of breath again. Be aware when your mind wanders. Gently bring it back. Every instant of the in-breath, every instant of the out-breath. Posture, breath brushing back in. Notice your mind becoming calm as you become really focused. And intensify your intention on every instant of breath and body. Look even closer. As you're really focused, ease up just a little bit. And as you ease up, there might be a little bit more brightness. Luminosity. But also more mind wandering, thoughts coming in. And if so, heighten your focus again, intensify just a little bit. As you go back and forth between intensifying and easing, you might feel your breath going automatic or almost going by itself. Every instant of the in-breath, every instant of the out-breath. Posture, breath breathing in. And now take your awareness and look inward with the concentration that you build up. Look inward with awareness. And search your whole body for a sense of self, for a sense of Radhuliness or Harrisonness or Dandrasanness or Ibrahimness or Barbaraness. Is yourself in your eyes? Look very closely. Is your sense of self in your heart? In your belly? Hands? Make an active search where the you-ness, the solid, separate you-ness is in you. Intensify your awareness. Searching for that separate, solid you in you. Then let yourself just be this awareness. Let go of the object. Let yourself rest in awareness itself, in awareing. Just being this awareness for a moment. Luminous, still, limitless. Present. Know that this is always there for you. This perspective. From this vast place of awareness, let yourself feel the breath. And body. As if body and breath are hanging in this vast field around you. Breath arising with the inhale, letting go with the exhale. Breath arising out of this vast field of awareness. Falling back into it. Breath, body, body, breath. Feel the lightness and the softness. Of everything within and around you. Feel your body in this room, in this seat, being here right now. And may the benefits of this meditation go into the world and beyond. Thank you. I was wondering if I could hand over to Danju-san at this point.
No, no. この後ろはもうリアルな景色です。Here is a truth view.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not digital photograph.
Yeah.
So sometimes the data is our mind changing.
Yeah.
And oh, this is real or not real.
Mm.
The real is a very important point. It's more contact to the heart or in the soul.
Yeah.
Music too. And so live concert, very big. We catch the feel,
Mhm.
and the heart is grows up more. So just now real. So today I thinking about the in Japan there is this これ反対になるかな年 This is kanji. Nen is means now your heart, your mind.
Danjo-san,
Ah,
maybe we'll say this nen is Danjo-san is holding is Chinese character, came out from two meaning.
yes.
The bottom part of the writing is heart. This bottom part, yes. Then it's mindfulness, meaning of mindfulness. And the bottom part is heart. And above heart, now.
Mhm.
So bring nowness to our heart
Mm.
is a mindfulness.
Oh, wow.
Yes. And 私たちの生き方については過去があって現在があって必ず未来がありますね。
So we live in a kind of a time and space like here, now, past, future.
でもそれは一つの線のラインだと。
But this is just one line to look at or observe of the concept of time.
でもそれは横じゃなくてもう一つ縦の線もあるんです。
So it's a vertical and a kind of line is almost like a cross that is the concept of time, where we put where we are from our human mind and heart.
ちょうど皆さんの心が鳥のような心になってみてください。
So I will invite you to become, just like imagining you're a bird. You're going into heart in the birds, the kind of, has that you are become a bird and go into his or her heart.
自分を外から眺めたときに、自分の心も含めて外から自分の心を眺めたとき、その瞬間が念です。
So here is Nen, mindfulness is I observe of me. I'm observing myself, then going into me, I. The moment of that is a mindfulness. I observe, and yet there is a one. There's no someone is observing or someone observed.
はい。
So one, that's the moment of a mindfulness. Then heart and
鳥はとても
now.
美しい声でさえずってますね。
So here's the sound of the birds. Beautiful.
それをよく聞いてみてください。
We listen to it from our physical ear.
あの中に
Yes.
はコンパッションがあります。
So hear this. Listen to the sound of bird.
愛がありますね。
And here it is. We hear compassion. I am a bird. Bird is me. We are one. That's the compassion, the moment of compassion.
そう。鳥はいつも空を
Experience.
飛ばなきゃいけません。羽を持って飛んでますね。
So this is birds fly, always fly freely.
とても自由ですが、
They look free. They look in a world of freedom.
常に彼らは物の見方が客観的に見てるんです。
So this is always the bird's life is subjective. There is no observer, I, but it's always subjective. No separation of thinking mind, but it's like a heart is here and now. Fly in a freedom, in a world of freedom, because it's one with
ちゃん
the
と
sky.
毎日の食事もいただくことができます。
So every time nobody tells them, but they feed, they fly, they sometimes make drops from the sky. It's freely, it's not thinking, it's all one. Their heart is here and now in a moment, and there's a freedom in the world.
はい。ちょっと待ってくださいね。宅急便の方が来られます。
Could you wait a moment? And I need to receive the delivery service.
Amazon から届きました。
He received the package from Amazon, he says.
まあ、私たちのその心というところの話ですけれども、
So here, come back to focus and talking about our heart.
鳥は学校に通ってなくてもちゃんと生きていく術を持っています。
So let me go back to the bird. They don't go to school, or somebody will teach them how to eat or how to hunt. Well, perhaps the mother teach them, but it's not like a kind of a structured way of you got to do this and this, that this is a good or bad, or none of that. They know from their heart.
Yeah.
They know from, yeah.
私たちの昔の古い先祖も学校に行ってません。
So let me go back to our ancestors. That is when human beings are really beginning to stand up with the two legs and walk around. That moment, let's go back to the kind of beginning of our.
Yes. で、じゃあどのような心だったかというと、鳥と同じ心だったということです。
So what I I would like to say is same heart. This is the bird knowing in nature how to fly, how to navigate around the trees, and how to know the danger, how to know from their heart, the navigating themselves
この自然界
without. So it's
心が一つに
from
なったというこ
nature.
とですね。
So it's a one within the nature. They know.
私たちの心も鳥の心も同じです。
So I say this heart, the birds and ours came from same place. Same.
仏教ではボディサットバという言葉があります。
So here's the words of bodhisattva in Buddhism.
日本では菩薩という言葉ですね。
In Japanese, bosatsu.
ボディというのはブディというところから来ますけれど、悟るという意味があります。
So in Japanese, body is enlightenment.
はい。サットというのは聖なるという意味もあります。
And also the word
Kyoto.
of sat, bodhisattva, sat is holiness and
ボ
sacred.
ディサットバでバがありますね。
Ba,
はい。これもサンスクリット語です。
the Sanskrit,
それはもたらすという意味が入っています。
motarasu.
良いものをもたらす。
The goodness that brings the goodness, offering the goodness.
そのボディサットバというのは良いものをもたらしてくれるものという捉え方ですね。
So it's it's meaning of the concept of bringing, offering goodness.
鳥の声はいつも美しく聞こえます。
So we hear the birds sound, feel
でもだんだん
beautiful.
これを聞いていくと、ボディサットバの声に聞こえるんですね。
So let it be hear the sound of bird and more listen to it, more listen to it. You hear the sound of bodhisattva.
鳥はボディサットバなんだというところをある時瞬間に誰でも気づくはずです。
It's a moment that it's a bodhisattva, and wake up.
Yes. 花も同じです。
So flowers, the same.
ボディサットバです。
It's a bodhisattva.
私たちの生き方の中に良いものをもたらしてくれる存在。
So we are co-existing, and this bodhisattva that brings offer or brings goodness
その
to.
ボディサットバだと気づいたその瞬間、
So
それは
the moment of awareness, just the moment we experience the moment. That
私自身
moment
が
is
私たち自身がボディサットバの化身だということに気づくことがとても大事です。
so this is a kind of awakening or inviting with the nature. We are coexisting, help each other, sort of. Then it's awakening, the practice of awakening with the help of all surroundings. And this is our practice, and practice of awakening.
まあ、ourself is a bodhisattva ですね。
And it is a form of our body or ourselves. It's a bodhisattva.
Yeah.
I mean,
鳥の
it's a
心も私たちの心も同じです。
so heart, our heart and birds. We are one. We are the same.
その時一緒になった時がこの念というところですね。
So there's a oneness. It's a oneness. The moment that we experience, it's a moment. It's a heart in the bottom, and on top is now. It's a word of a mindfulness in Chinese character.
Yes.
It's a one word.
私たち人類は皆菩薩の化身だと分かったときに、
So we all have bodhisattva in us. It's a practice of awakening
私た
of
ちは人間同
bodhisattva
士
within
が
us.
争うこともなければ、戦争することもなくなっていきます。
So we're practicing this, and a lesser war or fighting or fearful to each other, and it's going to be lesser and lesser.
Thank you,
いや、
Sanju-san. Thank you, Yoko-san. I was wondering, is Keiko here? Is this our friend Keiko?
ケクさん
ケイクさん、ズームに入ってらっしゃいます？
案内はしてるんですけどもね、仕事か入ってないかもしれない。今日は。
I don't think he is in Radhule tonight, but Danjo-san is inviting him to join. Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah. No, I think the name Keiko, so that's why I was.
Yes.
Next time.
Thank you so much. Maybe if Danjo-san and Keiko will be here, then you two can do the heart together. I was wondering, I see there are some questions. Can we just look quickly? Somebody said, can Danjo-san show the characters, the sign again, please?
男女さん、もう一度、念という字を、見せてくださいますか、画面に。
はい。
お願いします。
こんな字ですね。見えますか？
Radley, he's showing.
Oh, right.
Okay.
Can you show the sign here? The sign?
The screen is you are in, Radley.
Oh, I'm in. Okay.
So, Danjo-san, もう一度, could you bring Danjo-san to screen?
Can I bring Danjo-san
to the center?
He has to say something.
男女さん、もう一度おっしゃってくださいますか？そうすると、画面に出てきますから、お願いします。
はい。あれ出るかな？
出てないな。ちょっと待って。
出てない。
Then
we don't know how to do this because only William would know. But maybe later, whoever.
Maybe later.
Fine, we do.
Yeah.
Are there more questions about? I was wondering, were there more questions about the meditation? Was that very different for you? Different for you, Danjo-san?
Yes.
Yeah.
Please.
Didn't see Danjo-san.
Yeah. Danjo-san is frozen for the moment.
Froze?
ちょっとね、画面が止まってるみたいですね。
ああ、ちょっと待ってよ。
Shannon Jeffrey, I say, wants to say
こ
something, William. William, could you
う
unmute
は
Shannon Jeffrey?
I unmuted myself.
Oh, good.
Thank you so much, Danjo-san, for that. That was so beautiful. I resonated with it so much because I just was looking at the hawks and the vultures flying above yesterday and every day really for the last few months. And when I saw the vulture actually flying right over my head yesterday, and I thought to myself, I wonder what that bird is thinking when he sees me. And so Danjo-san's talk made me think that that bird isn't thinking about me when he sees me. And then I thought, I wish I could be like that bird. And then Danjo-san said that I am that bird. I am like that bird. So it was two very distinct questions that I had, or thoughts yesterday with the bird flying over me, that was just so beautifully not answered, but just, made a little bit more brighter in my mind. So thank you so much for that.
It seems that the great teaching here is that one of interdependence. Not only are all of us interdependent, but it's also that emptiness and form, like space and form, the space out of which everything arises, and the different forms that they are in this world are also just aspects of the same thing. It's really non-dual, even though it feels so separate. We say, oh, here's space and there's my computer, there's form, but it's actually in a very paradoxical and mysterious way, it's just aspects of the same thing. And I think that's part of, I hear you talk last week about the Heart Sutra, which is emptiness as form and form as emptiness. And I think this, even though that sounds quite esoteric, it's really quite important for us to grapple with this, to maybe see it a bit like a koan, like a question that we grapple with, because I think if we do, it will really help us live in a difficult time. So I was wondering if there are more comments or questions about this. Oh, I see more questions here. Let me see. Harrison said, the word mindfulness in English sometimes is suggestive, paying attention with the mind and the head. The kanji Chinese character suggests mindfulness is being present with the heart, a bit of a different perspective. Danjo-san, this is a question for you. How can we be more like the bird and present with the heart? Okay, the question is, how can we be more like the bird and present with the heart? And before Danjo-san answers, somebody else asks if in the very end, Danjo-san could chant the Heart Sutra for us. I'm sure he will, but let's come first to Harrison's question.
Okay.
どのようにしたら心を一つ鳥と心を一つにできるでしょうかっていうことを質問してます。
はい。それ
ともう一つは最後にハートストラよろしくお願いしますということです。
そうですね。わかりました。
はい。
どのようにという How to ではないんですね。
Yeah.
これは一瞬です。
So there is no how to. Yeah, そうですよね。There is no how to. So this is just a moment. This is just a moment.
そうです。
So there's the time that it's just moment.
私が言いたいのは、私たちのこの
What
首
I
から
want to
五
say
感は
is
教育によって訓練されています。
so I want to say is sometimes thinking mind above that from above my neck that we've been taught how to be rational, how to think, but heart is the moment. There is no koan, maybe we say there is
Yes.
no how to. So to become bird is just a moment.
私たちの耳は神や先祖の声を聞くために耳があります。私
So
たちの目は神の世界を見るために目があります。 私
this
たち
is
の言葉も神の言葉をしゃべるために言葉があります。
so it's being connected to heart is how to listen from our via our physical ears, via nose, via our eyes, this anatomy, the body. But the practice of meditation is the cultivating, go deeper, to listen to the different layers of the sound. Maybe that is the birds you can see, the decibel, how far we can listen, but go deeper, cultivating. That is the connection to our heart. Smell, the sense of smell, connected to the heart. Taste is also connected to the heart. Go a little bit beyond the thinking mind.
And maybe if I could just add one thing, I think if the thinking mind calms down, then the heart is immediately more open.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yes.
Yes.
But it is
Radhule,
yeah,
I have an experience with a bird I would like to share.
sure, Ibrahim.
One morning I was walking as the sun was rising, and I heard a bird chirping. And I was looking where the noise was coming from, and I saw this bird dragging herself on the floor, trying actually to lift herself out to fly, but wasn't able to. And I figured out that probably she had a broken wing.
Oh.
Yet she was singing, she was chirping, as if like nothing can stop it from being joyful, because in her melodies and her sound, it was like a sound of joy that really touched my heart that day. And I went home and I wrote a poem. I got to write a poem about her.
Oh.
And I would like to share the poem with you.
Please, Ibrahim.
Okay, it says, broken wings. I watched her, broken winged, singing melodies across denied day bridge, euphoric for a new day, joyous for the sun to rise, undisturbed, unshaken by her calamity. Her songs filled the air with tunes, soothing my ears, lifting my spirit, dumbfounded. And it reminded me when he was talking about the bird, that the bird is us, is you, when it sings. I remember that experience. So thank you.
Thank you.
Actually, Danju-san told me this afternoon about a very similar experience.
Yeah.
You just found a bird that
Synchronicity.
Yeah, very, very.
Yeah.
Very synchronicity ですね。
そうですね。
would you like to sing us the Heart Sutra?
Heart Sutra.
Okay? Alright.
お願いします。
ではちょっと待ってね。
はい。Please wait a moment.
I love you, I love you.
みたし行漢字大菩薩用事般若らみた自称剣豪音階空道一切空役者利子式を異国意識式即税空即税式上総用式薬分尿税シャリシゼ小空総小不滅不空不上不動不縁税航空中無式無常創用式無縁に微絶心に無式証拠未足を無限界内し無意識界無無明薬無明人内し無老死薬無老死人無苦終滅道無知薬無得意無小特攻膨大サッタエアンニャハラミタコシン無形下無形下公無無空恩利一切剣道無双空用ね半三世小仏へ般若ハラミタ高徳アノクタラ三脈三宝大高知アンニャハラミタ税大人種税大名詞税無常習税無東道宗農場一切区真実高校説アンニャハラミタ収束説収圧やてやてハラやてハラソヤテボジソワカハンニャシヨー
Thank you so much. This was just a wonderful evening. And we'll be here next week. So hope you join us. And there are also other evenings, but you can see that on our calendar of mindfulheartprograms.org. Thank you, Danjo-san. Thank you, Miyoko-san. And
shall we become to the bird?
Oh,
and become a bird.
And thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。Thank
あり
you.
がとうございました。
Thank you so much.
Thank
ありがとう
you.
ございました。
ありがとうござい
Have
ま
a
し
good,
た。
good dream.
Thank you, Radhule. Thank you,
ありがとうご
Danjo.
ざいました。
Oh,
ありがとうご
Bye,
ざいました。
Daniel.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bradley.
Thank you.
thank you, Harrison. Thank you, Radley.
Thank you.
Bye bye. Oh, compassion kiss.
Thank you, our Harrison.
Thank you, Harrison. Please become to the bird.
Okay. Not with the head, with the heart.
Yes.
I can see
No
your
one,
wing.
no one wants to leave. We're all one.
Right.
You're right.
Uncle. Uncle.
Yeah, good dream. Bye bye.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Sayonara.
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 さよなら、ありがとうございます。
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye, Radhule. Love you.
Bye. Love you too.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you, Radley.
Thank you. Hi, Sarah.
Hi, thank you very much. It was lovely.
You don't have to. I'm
Good
gonna-
night.
All right.
I'm going to say goodbye.
Yeah, you go ahead. You say goodbye.